Yo, what is up guys? Shouts is here. Now, if you're reading the title of this video, I know. This anime came out in 2019 and so much people kept telling me to watch this and I kept responding with, I'll get to it, but I never got to it and, I apologize. It took me being quarantined with nothing to do to start watching it, but this anime was fire. I'm going to be talking about Vinland Saga and why you should watch it and my thoughts on season 1 overall, so let's get to it. Now, if you guys are worried about spoilers in this part of the video, you don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to do any spoilers right now. So, the first reason why you should watch this anime is pretty much the setting or where this anime takes place. This anime takes place in, I believe, the Nordic era in the thousands. So, you're going to see a lot of like the Viking culture back then. And if you guys seen the movie Troy, that was my favorite Brad Pitt movie of all time. I'm sure everyone's seen it before, but it has that sort of Greek mythology type of feel to it. With the Viking culture, they're all about action, battle, killing, and going into war. So you don't got to worry about action when it comes to this anime. Other than Vikings, and some people call them pirates in the anime, but they're pretty much Vikings. You're going to see things like, boats riding in sea, sword battles, archers with the arrows, horses, slaves, hordes. You're going to see all that type of good stuff in the anime. And this sets it apart from most of the animes that I've seen, because most animes I watch didn't have that sort of stuff in it. There's a lot of strategic and chess-like moves to this anime, and I love chess, by the way, where these places will try and take over land, and it's a real interesting aspect into it when you start getting deeper into the anime. The second reason why you should watch this anime is because it's a lot more grounded than most of the anime that I watch, and what I mean by that is it's a lot more realistic. Most of the shonen anime that I watch had these like crazy abilities. There's demons, monsters, there's planet destroying moves and energy blasts and crazy things like that, like bringing back people to life. Vinland Saga doesn't have any of that stuff to it. It's extremely realistic. And if you're into that realistic style when it comes to anime and storytelling, this is definitely the anime for you. I'm telling you guys, this is a great anime. The third reason now, if you're into character development, this is definitely the anime for you. There's also more than one main character, There's a lot of animes out there where it just revolves around one or two characters and everyone else is pretty much like non-relevant, but this anime does a good job of keeping a lot of characters important to the storyline. So if you're into character development and like more than one main character, this is definitely an anime for you. The fourth reason that you should watch this anime, now if you guys watch the anime called Attack on Titan, and if you've never seen that before, I'm sure you've heard of it. That's one of my favorite animes of all time. The animation on Attack on Titan was spectacular, and the same studio that did the animation for Attack on Titan is the same studio that did the animation for Vinland Saga, so you don't have to worry when it comes to the animation style. Every episode is lit when it comes to watching the animation of this anime, so the animation is another good reason why you should watch this anime. The fifth reason, now you might watch the first 1 or 2 episodes and you think, this is just a revenge story. What's so special about it? But trust me when I say this is not just a revenge story. There's so much character development that goes on. And I previously said there's more than one main character. So there's a lot of characters that help push the plot of the storyline forward. It's not just a revenge story, guys. There's so much more to it. There's so much more to that in the anime. And the last thing, this season only had 24 episodes into it, and I knocked this thing out in just 3 days, guys. So you're listening to someone, I have a full-time job, I go to school, I have other responsibilities. I knocked this thing out in 3 days because I was that attached to the storyline. It's so different from the other things that I watched, and that's what kept me hooked to it. It's a great storyline, there's great action to it, and you guys are quarantined anyway, so if you got nothing else to watch, you got nothing else to lose if you watch this. Demon Slayer and Dr. Stone are my 2 favorite anime that I watched for 2019. And if I watched this anime back then, this would have definitely been in that top 3 also, guys. Amazing anime. Now I'm going to give my short overall review about this season 1. Now this is the part where I get into some spoilers about the anime. It first introduces us into this character named Thors. Now, this dude is the strongest warrior in the whole anime, and I have to say this. Anyone with the name Thor or Thors in their name, they're real as hell. You can't have a name like that and be weak. So we get introduced to this character named Thors who's like an extreme fighter in the battlefield. So this dude cannot be touched in battle. That's how good he is. So like I said, Thors pretty much dies, and I'm extremely upset at this point because this happens early in the anime. You give us this awesome character, who's badass on the battlefield, and you just take him away from us. But This was kind of needed to happen. This makes his son Thorfinn pretty much dedicate his whole life into killing the guy that killed his dad. And I said his name was Askeladd now. Alright, now let me talk about this character Askeladd real quick, aka Lucius Artorius Castus. I think that's how his full name is pronounced. This man went from being my most hated character in the anime to being one of my most favorite. You know, at first, when I seen him, I thought he was just this character on the battlefield that just fought for pretty much, you know, wealth, gold, money, you know, taking control of land. But there was more to this guy than just that. You know, he had a strategic mindset, and he helped Prince Canute become this bitch-made prince to someone who was worthy to become king. And also, you know, even though he killed Thorfinn's dad, he was pretty much a father figure to the man. I figured he was going to be a father figure to him, like, because there was a scene where he saved his life on the battlefield when Thorfinn was like a really young age. So Askeladd had some deep, like, he had a deep mindset to him. Now, when we talk about swordplay, there was like 2 or 3 times in this anime where this dude fought against multiple people and just held his own, like, with just a sword. I thought he was crazy when he pretty much, like, went against all of his men, but the man did it for the greater good. Like I said, you know, he got Prince Canute on his side, and the man got Thorkel's men to join Prince Canute on his side too. Now, Thorkel is another beast of himself. Like I told you guys, anyone with the name Thor in his name is a beast. Thorkel was like this huge, giant, strong beast type warrior. And I remember seeing this man swing an axe and like a tree stump, and this dude would take out multiple people in the battlefield. So Thorkel was another awesome character in this anime, but Askeladd did some amazing things. I was so sad seeing how Askeladd died in this anime because Thorfinn pretty much dedicated his whole life into killing this man to avenge his father's death. Now, Thorfinn. I'm gonna get into Thorfinn right now, and I feel sorry for this man because this man pretty much dedicated his whole life to getting revenge on Askeladd. The man had a sister, his mom, you know, living in Iceland. The man gave all that up. He could have lived a peaceful life like his dad was trying to do, you know, visit Vinland sometime, check out how that place looks like, but he gave all that up to pretty much join Askeladd's crew because he wanted to pretty much kill him to avenge his father's death. Now, Askeladd said that if you do one thing great on the battlefield, you get a chance to duel me. So Thorfinn kept doing this amazing things on the battlefield. Now Thorfinn is a beast. Like Thorfinn, Askeladd, Thorkel, and Thors, those are the 4 top swordsmen in this whole anime, you know. Thors, no one can compare to Thors, but when you have Thorkel, Thorfinn, and Askeladd, those 3 were beasts of themselves, but Thors was the superior warrior in the entire anime. So Thorfinn used to do these great things on the battlefield just to get one chance to duel Askeladd. The man lost every time because this man didn't know how to kill someone he hated. So I really wanted to see Thorfinn defeat Askeladd to get revenge for his dad's death. But seeing the way Askeladd died at the end, Askeladd pretty much died in order to save his hometown Wales and to help Prince Canute become the king. So Askeladd thought of the greater good. It's so funny because Thorfinn interfering with something was the reason why his dad died and also why Askeladd died. So I feel so sorry for Thorfinn, man. Like the 2 blades that his dad gave him and seeing Askeladd die and the man just drop one of the swords. You know, I don't know what's going to happen ahead in the anime. I don't know if he's going to give up the battle life, but I just felt so sorry for the man because you gave up your whole life. You know, you were pretty much in battle all the time. You seen death, killing, slaughtering. You seen all that to get revenge on this guy, and you weren't even the one that kills him. So I hope you get some better character development when it comes to what's going to happen ahead of this anime, because I didn't do any research about what's going to happen ahead of this time. So I'm curious about reading the manga, but I'm not so sure about it yet. Prince Canute was an awesome character in himself. You know, he had some great character development, but overall, this anime was amazing, guys. You know, if you have nothing else to watch, you're being quarantined right now, I definitely recommend you watch this anime. You know, a lot of character development, Thorfinn, Askeladd, especially Askeladd, Thorkel, Prince Canute, all awesome characters in this first season. And it's only 24 episodes like I said, but that was my overall review about season 1 of Vinland Saga. This was a great anime, guys. I might read the manga. I might just read it, guys, but that was my review. Peace.